The Squid Game – Things You Might Have Missed. Hey guys, welcome back to Starstruck Mini. Squid Game is the latest show to have taken Netflix by storm, and today we have a video for you that walks you through on the entire game. We will reveal the endings, hidden details, and things you may have missed. So, spoiler alert. With that said, let's get right into it. The man behind the Squid Game is finally revealed at the end of the final episode, and we learn it was Il-nam all along. The episode reveals that he invented the games as a form of entertainment for him and his rich buddies who had become bored with life. We learn that he was dying and wanted a final bit of fun in his life, and that is why he got involved in the show. The ending was absolutely incredible, and we see Gi-hun saying goodbye to the character as he lay on his deathbed. This last meeting reflects their first one, in which he encountered the character as he sat in a bed. It was a pretty big twist, but some eagle-eyed viewers might have gotten the clue early on, pointing to the old man's true identity. Old Man number clues. Now, the old man is number 1, the very first player. Gi-hun, on the other hand, is the final number, and throughout we watch as he works his way to first place, aka Il-nam. In the final episode, he walks as number 1 and inherits a large portion of the character's fortune, and comes face to face with him in one of the final scenes. In the final scene, we learn that Il-nam is number 1 and he's the one controlling everything. In episode 5, Hwang Jun-ho sneaks through the compound and he eventually finds a storage room with files on all of the games that have happened over the decades. Upon opening the 2021, the first player there is number 2, and Il-nam's profile is missing. This is because he doesn't need one and he probably wants to keep it a secret. The other players on the game also suspect something is up with Il-nam, and though it's not too obvious, when you really think about it, he wouldn't be someone that would be selected for the process. Everyone in the games are roughly the same age, whereas he's elderly and is dying of a brain tumor, and even if he won, it wouldn't last that long. The clues in the games. The games themselves have some major giveaways too. Throughout the series, he claims these were all the games he played as a child, and so it becomes obvious that he selected them himself because he knows about these games. On repeat viewings, we learn that he not only played the games as a kid, but he's also very good at it. Red Light, Green Light. The first game they play is Red Light, Green Light. While other players are absolutely terrified of their lives, he gleefully struts about whilst the Terminator's back is turned and even stops before it looks back to face the crowd. He knows all of the lyrics to the song the machine sings and knows when to stop before it turns around. One huge spoiler is that the machine is programmed not to shoot him and anyone in his vicinity in case he's accidentally shot. The vote. Immediately after the game, the players decide to cast a vote to end the tournament or not. Il-nam casts the deciding vote to end the game. This shows his power over the game and also shows he carried this out for a specific reason. He wanted to give the players a chance to walk away knowing the stakes, and if they came back, it would ease his conscience slightly since the choice was theirs. The Star. Next, in the Honeycomb game, Il-nam ends up choosing the star. This seems like a complex shape. There's not actually any bends in it like the circles or umbrellas. Though you might think it's easier to have the triangle's lines are longer, whereas the stars are shorter, so there's less to cut through before you hit an edge. Being completely honest though, the triangle is a pretty easy shape too, but Il-nam didn't exactly have the difficult ones. Tug of War. Next, in the Tug of War game, Il-nam's team are about to be sent to their deaths. However, he tells them how to win, and because of his guidance, they easily beat a much stronger team. This shows he knew the strategy of the game, and this helped his team. The Fight. In episode 4, a fight breaks out during the night. Il-nam hides away from the carnage, but ends up begging for the carnage to stop. Even though, up until this point, the frontman seems to have things under control, he sends the guards in because Il-nam requests it. Another clue, his bed is the only one that isn't flipped, and this is likely because the guards know him. The Marbles and his death. The Marbles game is the final one in which he takes part, and it also has a lot of clues in it. Throughout, the character seems like he's struck by dementia and he's constantly looking for his house. This game not only pulls from his childhood, but the area does too, and unless the Squid Game organizers were psychic, then they'd have no way of knowing what his home looked like. Throughout the episode, everything he says is brushed away as ramblings, but knowing what we know, it becomes obvious that he is in control. In the end, he finds his home. He's giving the game away because throughout the entire season, he's letting us know that all of the challenges and environments are based on things from his life. He's let Gi-hun win, and it seems he's being killed off camera, but that isn't the case because his is the only body missing from the bodies on the court. Another question you may have is, why did Il-nam leave the game at this point when he was still invested in playing? Well, the next game was the deadly hopscotch one, and this is perhaps the most unpredictable of the lot. If he didn't end up getting put in last place, then there would be a danger that the person behind him could push him to his death. There's also the possibility that due to his brain tumor, he may have forgotten along the way which glass to step on, and he simply couldn't risk it. Now, if you really want to find all these clues by yourself, watching the show a second time will help you. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.